They call it the Gigabyte Aero 16. This is the 2023 model, and by the looks of the box, I'm not the first one to review it. But let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed and see what kind of upgrades and additions and changes we have here from 2022 to 2023. This box is really kind of janky, but nonetheless, we're gonna get it unboxed. Okay, let's see here. We got this. Okay, here's the box. There's the main computer. And 16 OLED. This has been an OLED laptop for quite a long time now. This is like one of those laptops, but I always wondered why it hasn't got enough press. By press, I mean like attention from viewers, not attention from the actual reviewers. 240 watt charger block. I find this laptop to be a really great bang for buck. It's got great performance. It has a 100% Adobe RGB screen. It has great build quality. The way the laptop was pieced together in years past, they no longer have that same design. And so I don't know why this laptop does not get more attention. Creativity. It starts here. And now they're actually not even really promoting this laptop towards gamers anymore. They have the direct focus towards creators. So why aren't creators jumping up and down in their little booties trying to get after this laptop? So here is the Aero. Man, see, thinner and lighter than the Lenovo Legion 5 Pro. Man, it's very reminiscent of kind of a very sleek, slim Ultrabook, lighter than a Legion 5 Pro, lighter than the HP Envy. I mean, this is a great looking laptop. Now let's go ahead and check out the ports and connectivity. On the right side panel, we have two USB Type-Cs, a nice large vent. On the left side panel, another USB Type-C, an annoying micro SD card reader. Come on, full-size SD card readers, please. A headphone jack, and then on the back panel, we have a USB Type-A, HDMI, and then your power adapter. Honestly, kind of a slim selection of USB Type-A. They only have one of those on here, but I think a lot of stuff is moving USB Type-C. USB Type-A is slowly being kind of graduated out of the normal day-to-day. Over the past few years, my wife has had her personal information stolen and accounts opened without her approval. A while back, we found some of these accounts and took action to eliminate these issues. That's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, Aura. We've been using Aura to monitor our personal information online for over a year now and have been able to reclaim control of our personal data. Aura will identify data brokers that are exposing your information and automatically submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Anyone can find anything on the internet, including your full legal name, your personal email, your home address, phone number, and even your relatives. This information is accessible because of data brokers who profit by selling your information to robocallers, telemarketers, spammers, and anyone else that wants to learn more about you. Aura will even opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists. You can use my link by going to aura.com/BenjiKaiser to try a 2-week free trial to see how many data brokers are sharing your information. Aura's app also features a VPN, password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitor, internet parental controls, and protects your devices from malware. Aura has almost every internet safety tool you'll ever need, all inside one app. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online. If you sign up right now, Aura will give you a 2-week free trial with my link in the video description. You'll be shocked at how much of your private information Aura finds exposed over those 2 weeks. It's quite frightening, actually. Aura.com/BenjiKaiser or scan the QR code on the screen right now. I think you'll be very happy with the protection that you receive and the level of comfort that you get by using Aura. We have been extremely happy using it for over a year, and I definitely recommend it. Got a lot of ventilation on this laptop, 2 vents along the back on each side, and then these nice large vents on the bottom. This is a fully aluminum chassis, aluminum bottom cover, side panels, top cover, and sneak peek keyboard deck. But let's go ahead and do a quick tap test. It sounds a little bit hollow to the touch. Check out the bottom cover. A little hollow to the tap, to be totally honest. I wish it was kind of like just a little more firm on the tap test there. I know that's like a Benji exclusive. Not a lot of people do the tap test. Some people think it's odd, but I think it really helps show the rigidity in the build of the laptop. Now let's go ahead and check out the assembly. The bottom cover assembled into the side panels. You can see there that this is put together very nicely. No catchy edges. Things are assembled nicely. So good job on that Gigabyte. All right, now without further ado, let's go on ahead and open this laptop, because on the sneak preview, I saw something pretty cool on the trackpad. If you can see this here, their Aero logo is actually embedded into the trackpad. Not embedded, but it has like a little, you can see it there. Can you see that little Aero logo? There you go, you can see it right there. So you can see the Aero on the trackpad. I think that's really cool. You can't feel it, but it's just kind of this design, which is really cool. Now, a nice large 16 by 10 aspect ratio screen, big screen, really nice big presentation, small, thin bezels. They're actually more of a rubberized material instead of that chintzy plastic. That's what whoa, talk about fans, listen to that. Woo, going to space, Mom. All right, so one thing I do notice is that the build, okay, I've got to wait for that. It should stop at some point. Still going. All right, so I got the fan to finally calm down. As you can see, it opens up to that, kind of standard 45-degree angle. It doesn't open flat. Really like the Hinge configuration though. We have this nice soft touch. It is a plastic material, but it's a nice soft touch material. So they're using really nice high quality materials. As I was mentioning before the fans kicked on, I love this rubberized bezel. So many laptops use a cheap plastic bezel, and really the quality touches on the Gigabyte Aero are what make it really stand out to me. Now, one area that I wasn't super happy about, I'm not sure if you can see this. I'm gonna turn off the light real quick. Not sure if you can see the backlighting. There we go. So you can see the backlighting there. It's pretty like milky when the lighting is on. However, when the lighting is off, you can see it disperses very clearly. So honestly, if I were using this laptop with the lights on, I would turn off the backlighting, because with the lights on, it's actually harder to see the keyboard letters and numbers with the keyboard backlighting on when the lights are on. I hope that all made sense. Right there, so much clearer with the backlighting off while the lights are on, because when you put the backlighting on, it almost makes all the keys go white with the text on them. So I like it off better when the lights are on, but when the lights are off, I want it on. Woo! Okay, next thing we're gonna take a look at is the webcam. Here's a quick sample of the webcam so you can see it in action. This is the webcam on the Asus Republic of Gamer Zephyrus G14, and a little sample of the audio for you as well. Now, if you're curious about the exact pricing and availability, you can head down in the description below and click those links. Now, if you do make a purchase, I'll get a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. But of course, that's what keeps this channel alive and the helpful content coming your way. Now, when these models first come out, they tend to be on the more expensive side of things. But last year, we saw some really good sales on the Gigabyte Aeros on bestbuy.com as the year continues. So definitely keep an eye on this model. If you're ready, maybe not ready to make a purchase right now, they usually kind of go on really good sales throughout the year. So I'll try and keep an eye on it, but you too as well. If you're watching this video later after the initial unboxing has been posted, definitely check the link. It could be on sale and you could get a great deal on these laptops. Now, going ahead and checking out the screen flex here, it definitely has quite a bit of screen flex. It is a nice thin screen, but that lends to a lot of screen flex on the top as well as the bottom there as well. So if you can see that, you see the screen kind of flex out a little and in a little on the bottom. But that's not something that's overly concerning as far as the build quality is concerned. I love the build materials, the assembly of the laptop. It's put together very nicely. Now, go and check out the keyboard. Nice, snappy, responsive keys, quiet key press. The keys are not quite a soft touch material, but they're not that cheap chiclety plastic. They feel nice under your fingers. We have a 3/4 shift key. I don't love that. Personally, I'm more of a full-size shift key kind of guy. Full-size arrow keys are nice though, however. And then we have back, enter, all of those are normal size. I like the home key, page up, page down, and those are kind of nice to have if you're kind of navigating on websites. Really easy to kind of jump around there. Now, I'm curious about this year's model because last year the Gigabyte Control Center didn't do a lot to change the actual performance of the machine when, say, we're in like Photoshop, Premiere Pro, or using 3D modeling software. We got basically the same performance, even though the fans were running at different speeds. So I'm excited to test it this year to see if we can get more performance out of, say, like turbo mode, and then be a little less performance, but a quieter machine in eco mode. You know, if eco mode is as powerful as turbo mode, then for creators, it really doesn't make sense to ever run turbo mode. So we'll test those out and find out. Now, it looks like we have upward facing speakers here on the keyboard deck, and we'll definitely test those out during the full review, see how those sound. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and flip the laptop over, check out the upgrade path, see what kind of upgrade path we have on this laptop. As I pull off the bottom cover, you reveal the 88.24 watt hour battery, 2 RAM sticks. Now we have 2 16 gig RAM sticks in this laptop, I'm pretty sure. So this one comes equipped with 32 gigs of RAM. You have an occupied M.2 drive and an unoccupied M.2 drive, so you can definitely make the upgrade to a secondary M.2. I definitely recommend it if you're video editing to put all of your working files on one drive and then have your OS installed on another drive. Speeds things up, and you can buy a faster drive as well, which is really nice. Access to your Wi-Fi card, 2 fans. So there's definitely a lot of customization that can take place in this laptop, which is fantastic. All right, now I need to correct myself on what I said about the RAM. There is in fact not a RAM stick in the system. However, the soldered RAM is 16 gigs, which means you can buy a secondary 16 gig stick to match your soldered 16 gig stick and have 32 gigs of RAM. This also means that if you put in a 32 gig stick, you'll have 48 gigs of RAM. So there's a lot of potential to upgrade this laptop, but it's really cool to see that it comes soldered with 16 gigs, and then you go ahead and you add a secondary stick, which gives you way more RAM ceiling. So I'm loving the design this year for how they've configured the RAM. A quick upgrade can get you to 32 gigs of RAM, and that is amazing because the laptop right now is priced at $1,500. Last year's model was $1,649. You can easily find a 16 gig RAM stick online for less than $150 to put you well above the performance of last year's model from a RAM standpoint. Now remember, links in the description below if you're ready to make a purchase. Likes to this video has brought you some value. Click or tap the screen if you want to learn more about the Gigabyte Aero 16. I'll have more videos coming out on the channel. See you here in the next one.